to another Gator Live 7, blah, 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 blah. Welcome back to where y'all drink by, y'all take it out. So, I know it's my first time going live to you guys all week. It's been a bit of a hectic week, had some sickness in the family. I'm hoping I'm not sick, but I might have a little nugget of something that might be rearing its ugly head up. We'll see. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't like being sick. I don't want to be sick. It's not good for me. It's not good for me. It's good for everybody else, but not me. I can't get sick. Everyone else can get sick. Not the Gates. Not the Gates. Anyways, I'm super pumped because the channel is doing super well. You guys are kicking a lot of ass. Looking at it, I've had 50,000 views in like 13 days. That is a lot of fucking views in 13 days. Might be the best 13-day stretch I've ever had. I don't know. When I did those rice gum videos in response to the content Cop iDubbbz did, I skyrocketed in views for a couple days there. But I think this is the most I've ever had in such a short period of time. I'm super, super pumped. It's awesome. And I'm gaining a ton of subscribers too. It doesn't look that way because when you haven't posted in a long time, and then you do post something, YouTube for like a week or a couple weeks will start purging subscriptions that they haven't purged from you yet. Ones where people haven't paid any attention, haven't been on there, whatever it is. I feel like it triggers them. Also, some people who would have unsubscribed forever ago, if all these notifications and all these videos were popping up in their feed, are seeing it and they're unsubscribing too. But anyways, you get rid of those kind of fair weather people, it's going to start settling. And then if this pace of gaining subscribers from these shorts continues, it's going to be crazy. Because in 13 days, I've gained like 90 subscribers from the shorts. Which, if you guys don't know how to determine that stuff, you can just do it all in the studio, the YouTube Studio app. Or maybe I had to do it online. No, I think you have to do the studio thing on the desktop to figure that out. Or you can go incognito mode in Safari, and so it's not popping up elsewhere, and then go to desktop site, which is you select it down, then log in, then you could do the studio website on your phone. For those of you who don't know that little trick, that's how that works. Anyways, but it shows I've gained like 90 subscribers off of shorts. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's awesome. To do that in 13 days, that's crazy. I don't care what anybody says. That's crazy. Hours, I've had over 300 hours in those 13 days, which puts us on pace for like a whole bunch of hours, like 8,000 or something, I can't remember. So that's fucking awesome. Best friend, your thread, I did see, I'm focused on driving, but I'm just saying I did see that you're in the chat. Welcome. You know I love having you here. It's always good to have your bestie watching you do some live streams. And, even if you roast me sometimes when I go back and watch, oh yeah, the Gator went back and watched, bestie. I looked at all the live chat. I saw the crap you were talking in one of these. But no, it's all good. It's fair. It's fair. Fair crap given. But all jokes aside, I love having you here. I don't know how people feel about me doing all these shorts, but damn if they're not fun. So much fun. I know I talk about them now in every live stream, but I can't help it. I'm having a blast doing them. I'm able to pump them out pretty quickly and feel good about them for the most part. It's given me the ability to make content without having to sacrifice a significant amount of my time. That's awesome. It's just like I've said before, it's Vine. It's Vine where TikTok never really captured that for me. Yeah, so, but YouTube, it feels good and raw. And I'm getting, YouTube's actually pushing me in front of people, I guess. That's crazy. I have over 20 of the shorts that are over 1,000 views. To me, that's crazy. I don't know. That's out there. I don't know if anyone else out there does shorts. Let me know if this is just normal. Because to me, it doesn't feel normal. It feels awesome. But I have no sense of reference as far as maybe it's just like that for anybody. Anybody can just pump out some shorts and, get 50,000 views in 2 weeks. If that's true, then, well, it's still cool, but I don't know, I guess it's not as special as I think it feels. Still, subscribers are subscribers. That you can't take away. you know, if everybody's getting those subscribers, cool. I don't really care. I care that I am, and that's awesome. So, but again, I have no idea. I have no idea how many views people get on these things typically. That's probably a good question to ask, but also one I'm not sure I want the answer to. That's okay. As far as the mission to save the channel, I still don't see how we hit 4,000 hours in that short period of time. Maybe. I honestly don't know. I don't even know that I have to. Like I said before, I have no idea exactly what YouTube wants from me, because did they really think I could make up 4,000 hours in 30 days? When they said due to inactivity I was going to be demonetized? Like, but yet they were like, oh, but you know, as long as you hit the requirements, you're good to go. I don't know. And then, you know, a few days, like a week later, give me permissions and stuff to monetize my shorts. Like, why even do that if you're just going to take it away? I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated whenever I have anything to update on that. But otherwise, channel growth it's awesome. It feels really good. It feels super good. And I'm actually getting a lot of views across a lot of my other videos too. Probably just pulling people in from the shorts. So that's pretty cool. Live streams are still wanting as far as views and people watching, but that's my fault for airing them so early in the morning. And then Friday night I didn't pull in a whole bunch from that either. So, but it is what it is. I still have fun doing them, and I have fun talking to you guys. And as you can tell, bestie, I do go back and read the live chats when I'm not able to read them as I'm driving, just because I'm curious, you know, what you guys say and stuff. And it's not like there's so much chat that I can't do it very quickly. So, you know, it is what it is. But, so if you guys have questions or anything, I will be looking at live streams until we have so many people and so much live chat that I can't keep up with it. But as of right now, that's not an issue. It's a little darker now because it's going to be raining. But I've noticed days are getting longer. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but they're getting longer. That's good. Oh, I also have a question to anyone who's actively watching my shorts. If you have any like advice per se or feedback, like which ones do you like? Which ones don't you like? You know, give me an idea, because I know I could just base that off views, but on the same level, some of the ones with small views have a high like percentage. So I don't know if it's just posting at a bad time or what it is. So if you guys give me some feedback on what you think, what you like, that's always helpful, of course. And it can point me more down a path of, hey, make more like this. You're having fun anyway, so make more, you know, that fit into this category if you can. And maybe I'll listen, maybe I won't. You guys know me. I'm a maverick, right? Oh, anyways. But yeah, give me some tips, some pointers. The Gator's been doing this a long time, but I'm far from perfect, you know? You can always get better at basically anything you do. And for a guy like me who's always so great to say that, I mean, it really shows you how much growth you can truly accomplish. It's endless. It's endless. Mostly because things change so fast. The moment you could even get close to perfection, the game has changed again. That's just life, though, I think. I think it's just how things go as we travel throughout this experience that we call living, life, liberty, and the pursuit of whatever the fuck you want. All right. No, I don't know what that is. It's not funny. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? I don't know what to talk about during live streams sometimes. Do the best I can. Coming up with some shit, but today I've been the reason I haven't done it this week, I've been real busy, sickness and stuff, that's true, but there probably was an opportunity or two I could have. I just, not game planning for these things, you know, like, what to talk, I guess I could talk about my life. I'm working 60 hours a week still, 6 days a week still. Since March of last year, I've had only four times where I had more than a day off in a week. And 2 of those times it was only 2 days, and the other 2 it was 3 days. So I could definitely use a vacation at some point. That would be nice, but right now, you know, I don't have as much money as I'd like, so I have to work 60 hours, or as much as I need, really. So I have to work 60 hours a week to pay the bills inflation hit the old gates pretty hard last year. My bills went up about $1,800 a month, and that's devastating. Yeah. Because what's ironic is after my bills went up that much, my pay didn't go up that much. So I'm not sure what they think I could, like, what am I supposed to do about that? That's odd. I wish I could plan that the way in, like, inflation, these places get to choose what they want to charge you, but I can't choose what I get paid, which is frustrating. So I just have to work more to hopefully make more. It's not a lot of logic in the system there, but I'm doing what I can. You know, my house payment jumps like $200 a month because taxes doubled for me on my property taxes, and my insurance jumped up like $400 a year because price of materials and everything due to inflation jumped up a whole bunch. So therefore, I made sure to reevaluate my homeowner's policy to reflect that, because I'd like to actually be able to get my house rebuilt if something happened. But unfortunately, it raised my premium a lot. I have to pay so much more money. Then, of course, gas hit everybody. Groceries. So crazy how big of a difference the inflation has made on my grocery bill. Getting the exact same stuff. It's just all across the board. All across the board. Just paying more. So yeah, I have to work 60 hours a week. Big reason why YouTube had to threaten to take away my monetization for not doing anything is try working 60 hours a week and then wrapping your head around putting out videos and good content, well edited, planned out, you know, with a schedule. No, it's just unrealistic. I mean, I know Keemstar, I don't know if he's actually still a thing or not, but Keemstar back in the day would say, well, you're just not working hard enough, but I'm not seeing it. Got to spend what little time I have with my kids, you know? Yeah, before you know it, they're going to be grown and gone. My oldest is 16, for crying out loud. Ugh, it's rough. He's going through his first real romance. Poor guy. You know, that inevitable day is going to come where his heart's broken. You know, and we'll be there for him. He's definitely deep into it. You know, the saying I love you to each other and whatnot. Anyways, it's heartbreaking. I don't like it. He's grown up on me. And now he's out there macking on chicks. I don't know if people say that. It's not necessarily what he's doing, but he's definitely in love. They try to see each other every day if they can. Neither of them have their driver's license. I don't know what her excuse is, but his is he's lazy and doesn't care about driving. So of course we have to drive him around constantly to meet up and whatnot, because, you know, we're nice parents. Not gonna, you know, is what it is. He'll get his license when he gets his license. I'm not in a hurry for him to get his license. I know the dark shit that happens when kids are out there driving, and it is not good. So my 6-year-old not being out there on the road right now and having extra time to mature a little bit before getting his license, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. 16-year-olds shouldn't be driving anyways. But you should have to be at least 18 before you can drive. And I know almost everybody would probably disagree with that, except for maybe older people. But it's true. It's true. And I'll repeat something I believe that I've said before to you guys, I'm sure. I think that people should have to retake the driving portion of the driving test once every 4 years. Once every 4 years. What is that? How often do you have to renew your license in Ohio anyways? I think you should have to do that. It avoids ageism, which is something, the big reason why old people, the elderly, still don't have to retake their driving portion, because people have wanted to do that, but it's considered ageism and prejudice to make people, just because they hit a certain age, have to retake their license. So if you do it every 4 years, you're catching those things, and now we're able to take the license from old people without doing ageism, because they're not going to pass these tests, which means they shouldn't be on the road. You know, when they're knocking over a cone every 5 seconds, remember that could be a pedestrian. Just saying. They shouldn't be driving. Also, people forget how to fucking drive. I see it all the time. Again, you see how many people are passing me up on the road? Everybody speeds. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it disgusts me. And I know probably every single person who watches this does, because every person I know does. And I try to tell them that and distracted driving are the two biggest causes of. Look at how often speeding is involved. Any high-speed accidents were probably caused in some part due to speeding. Low-speed accidents, like a traffic accident, those things, those are typically distracted driving. So both are bad, both cause a shit ton of accidents, but the speeding thing is ridiculous. And people are like, well, I'm a good driver. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Gladys, who's coming right across the highway because she doesn't realize there's a stop sign or stoplight because she's 195 years old, coming out the road, and you're going 10 miles over the speed limit and have that much less time to come to a stop. Like, it's ridiculous. Also, I'm a courteous driver. I allow people to merge and get into it and everything. I'm not in this super hurry to save 30 seconds. And it's funny how used to like everyone being a jerk people are, because they seem confused and start driving really badly when I start being courteous. Someone's coming on the off-ramp or coming on the on-ramp. This just happened. Someone was coming on the on-ramp and they're ahead of me. They're ahead of me on the on-ramp. Are they caught up to my speed? No. But they are picking up speed and they're on there. So what did I do? I slowed down. I slowed down to let them speed up and get in front of me, as opposed to them having to not, they're sitting there trying to gain speed to get on. Now, if I keep doing what I was doing, they'd have to slow down to wait for me to pass them so that they can then merge. Well, now they're not going nearly as fast as they probably should be to get on the on-ramp, and the people behind them are now pissed off because they're like, they have some guy cutting them off because he's freaking out trying to get onto the road. Fuck that shit. Just slow the fuck down and let the guy on. You know what I mean? That's how wrecks are caused. Just be a good driver. I don't understand. There's no reason to break driving laws. And people are like, well, they shouldn't be telling us how fast we can drive. They just have to have some kind of rules, man. There has to be some kind of regulation how people are driving. It's madness. And the speed limits they give you aren't meant to be a punishment. This shit's calculated based on, okay, if we're going to have everybody going 60 miles an hour on this road, well, what are likely situations? When you're on what do they call it? Interstate or whatever, express highway, whatever the fuck they call it, where there's no red lights or anything, that makes sense to have an increased speed limit, 65, 70, 75, depending on where you're at. That makes sense. But when you're on this here's a state route, and there are stop signs once every couple, or not stop signs, stop lights once every few miles. And I actually think the speed limit 60 miles an hour is probably too much for this road. I think 55 would be fine, maybe 50. You also have to take into consideration that no matter what you do, 99% of people are speeding. 99% of people are speeding. And here's how you can know that. Just watch my streams and watch every single car pass me and know that I'm not going the speed limit either. I'm going 3 over. I cruise control 3 over basically the whole time. So that means everyone passing me at a minimum is going 4 over. More than likely, they're going quite a bit over. You see how fast they pass me up. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And again, do the math on how much time you actually save speeding or passing, not letting that guy off the ramp to get on, or that guy to get out of that driveway to get into traffic. Fucking calculate the time you're actually saving. And if you don't have that extra 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how long you're driving, to be able to do those things, then you got to loosen up your schedule. Just leave a minute sooner. I don't understand. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's illogical. It's illogical. Makes zero sense. People just love to do it. Oh, it's just a little innocent crime. That's all. So yeah, moral of the story, I'm not excited about any of my kids driving on the road. Especially considering kids these days are way more distracted than ever before. Not because kids in the past wouldn't have been. It's because we couldn't have been. We didn't have cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have a bunch of computers that we could just sit here and pull up. We didn't have screens in our car. You had the radio. I remember when I was in school and they were doing an assembly about it, They didn't say anything. The big thing was, don't get distracted when you are switching out DVDs or cassette tapes or eating food. Like, that was it. I don't really think there was any other type of getting distracted, really. Maybe people talking, little things, but nothing that was a big issue with people. It's these cell phones, 110%, the ability to text and play around on them and watch videos or whatever, or do live streams. And anyways, now I'm stuck in traffic, of course. It's freaking fun. Anyways, I don't mind traffic. It is what it is. See, this guy right here, I would let him squeeze in, but he's already thinking that I'm not going to do that. But I would have let him in. And he was kind of slowed down too much. He had accepted the fact he was behind me. So I sped up. But typically, if he would have sped up and tried to get in, I'm going to let him do it. I even let those assholes, and I will say they're assholes, when they know they're going to have to get over to a lane because of an accident or whatever, and they speed all the way down to the scene of the fucking accident, or right where the lane's closed off, like get really close to it, and then try to merge just so they can skip as many cars as possible. Like, you're an asshole. Plain and simple. You're a real piece of shit. Like, I'll say that. That's like some of the most selfish shit. Anyways, but I still let him in. I still let him in because I'm a good driver. I'm a nice guy. And it's also what you should do. Just fucking be courteous to each other. What would you want in that situation? You're an asshole. You're passing everybody up. You want to get in. You'd want to be let in. So just fucking let them have it. Obviously, that person doesn't have their life together. The person who's doing that has big issues in their life. I guarantee you. They are not a happy individual. So give them a little bit of happiness by not pissing them off, or giving them a reason to, I don't know, want to fight you or some shit. I tell you, the news and everything, every time they talk about some kind of road rage incident, I don't get cross with anyone else. You never know which person's so crazy they might whip a gun out and try to kill you, or follow you to your house. Like, that's a fucking thing. And no, thank you. It's not worth me being able to tell someone to fuck off. Like telling someone to fuck off isn't worth the chance that I might get fucking killed. Fuck that shit. Like, people are nuts, for sure. And they do seem crazier than they ever were before. I don't know. Could be wrong. That's the thing people don't take into consideration either. Is, we have way more of this crime or that crime or this or that, and not taking into consideration that we have way more people. Of course. If we had 10 robberies in an area, and then over the next few years the population doubled, and now we have 20 robberies, people won't talk about the increased population, but they will talk about the increased crime. Like, oh man, I remember when we used to only have 10 robberies a year, now it's 20 robberies a year. What's going on? Like, well, you have twice as many people, bro. Like, you still have the same ratio. Like, you can't just leave out half the information. Well, I guess they can, but that's always left out. Like when I ranted about movies the other day and the whole, we don't have original ideas anymore. They just gotta stop doing sequels and stuff. And I was like, wait, you're not taking consideration that we put out 10 times the amount of movies every week now, as we used to. Do you? But, yeah, I don't know. I want to see that Whale movie with Brendan Fraser, because I've always loved Brendan Fraser. I remember when The Mummy came out, how much I adored it and thought it was great and watched it a billion freaking times. But it just seems, that's not typically my type of movie. The heavy, sad, kind of slow, just hit you in the emotions type movie. I don't want to cry for 2 hours. And I'm sure he kills it. Obviously, it seems like he does. And I want to support him. I just don't know that I can get myself to sit through that movie. If any of you guys have seen it, let me know. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, I didn't like What's Eating Gilbert Grape. It was weird. It was long. It's too dramatic. It's just not my type of movie. But, and that's no knock on acting, directing, or anything. It's just not my genre. That's fine. But what do? Do I support Brendan Fraser? I don't know if you guys remember my first ever boxing episode. But I jokingly, I didn't really mean this, but I put in Brendan Fraser's worst movie into the box, Furry Vengeance, and said he was my favorite actor. I don't know, I just thought of that. The Brendan Fraser is a classic boxing gator. Dude's crazy. Anyways, I'm arriving at work. This was Random Nonsense. Hope you guys enjoy Random Nonsense on a Thursday. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's be honest, anyone watching the live stream to this point's already done at least the subscribing part. And do likes really mean anything? I don't know. I have no idea. But they are nice to see. So I will catch you guys later. See you on the flippity flop. And as always, I've been the Gator, and you've been great. Peace.